Hey everyone, thanks for checking out another real-time edit. Today I got something a little bit different, a very distant shot, more of a scenic shot with wildlife in it than a wildlife shot. So I was out at this field actually photographing northern harriers, and I got plenty of shots of them as well, but these Canada geese just flew by in just such a great line, and the colors in the sky after sunset were just beautiful. I definitely had to push my settings. Oh, actually, I guess it was still a little bit brighter then, so my settings weren't pushed that far at all. I was gonna say by the end of this shoot, I was shooting like 2/50th of a second, birds in flight at like 4,000 ISO and higher. Anyway, straighten the horizon. Just lighten it up a little bit. It's really about the contrast of the warm tones here and the cool kind of purple tones there. Just gonna kick up the whites to get that sky to pop a little bit more. That's better. A little bit of saturation overall. That's looking pretty good on the sky. And then I definitely want the grass to just be warmer down here. Ah, there it is. And then I also want the bottom of the grass to be darker, so it's kind of pulling for attention less. So I'm just going to, again, darken the whites. That'll lessen the contrast on it. And I think that's pretty good. Oh, no, one more thing. I wanted to exaggerate the color gradient here. So I like how it's blue and purple there, but then fading into like a warmer pink up here. So I want to exaggerate that warmer pink. There we go. So a little bit of warmth, a little bit of magenta, and that kind of helps exaggerate those colors there. Let's go into Photoshop. I mean, damn, I don't know. There's really not a lot to do in Photoshop at this point. Not really sure what I'm going to do in Photoshop. I could maybe warm up the grasses a little bit more and just get selective with it. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, I'm kind of wanting, because when I threw that graduated filter on in Lightroom, it kind of warmed up some of the sky behind the grasses here. So maybe I need to do all the warming just in Photoshop. So let's see. Maybe I can just kind of lower this. Yeah, see there. Now I got the good purple grass or purple sky right in the horizon there, but then the grass is less warm. So yeah, let me jump back into Photoshop now, and then I'll see if I can warm up just the grasses that are kind of sticking up there and not the sky that's going down in between those grasses. So that way I can have some better color contrast in that section there. So waiting for the image to come back in Photoshop here, I hope. I think I hit the command. Let's try it again. Now I'll probably get two of them. Isn't it great when the computer doesn't keep up with you? Always so fun. Yep, there we go. Got it. Just one of them. All right, good. All right, yeah, I mean, there's nothing to clone here. Everything is really clean. It's kind of cool how it almost looks like one bird's like wing flap progression. That's the way it's kind of almost sequenced there. Although this one just goes all the way down, but that's kind of neat. Anyway, let's see. Let's warm these grasses up even more. I'm going to go a little bit extreme because the top of those grasses didn't get the color I wanted right now. And I think it's actually going to be easier to select the sky in between those grasses, if I'm not mistaken. Wow, that's really spotty. Huh. Ah, there we go. That's kind of doing it. Let's go a little bit lower with that. Nah, I think it's got to be higher. Maybe I will do better selecting the grasses. Oh, yep. That actually does look better. Okay. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted. That should do it. All right, let's grab that selection and let's paint some of this color in here. Yeah, there's the warmth hitting the grasses. The sky is staying pretty purpley blue in between. I'm going to exaggerate the blue on the horizon there to make it even more stand out. So let's see. All right, good. I still have, just going to save that selection real quick so I can use the same one. And actually, there we go. So we'll load that back up. Get rid of the effect everywhere. Let's see. Let's go a little bit bluer, almost a little bit more cyan. Yeah, there we go. That'll be cool. And I want it just along that horizon line there. So let's see, what do I have selected? Yeah, that's it, perfect. So let's just kind of fade that in. That was a little bit too much. Yeah, there we go. Check that out. Nice. Subtle, but it gave me a little bit more blue. I could use a little bit more over here. It gave me a little bit more blue right at the horizon line there. It's actually a little bit much now that I stare at it, so I'm just going to drop the opacity of that layer down to 60%. Other than that, I think the colors are looking really good. I'm going to do one more burn across the bottom here. Just a nice soft darkening of the foreground grasses. Just kind of further pull your eye up into there and give it some layering. I guess I could still make these geese a little bit more silhouetted there, which would be good. So let's see how that does. There we go. And I'm just going to change that to luminosity blending mode just to make sure I didn't affect the color of the sky. It actually looked a little bit darker there as I move it around. I think that's good. Let's see. I mean, I barely changed it, but I did make them a little bit blacker, so that's good. All right, I think that's about it. So just subtle color changes, a little bit of burn there. And then, yeah, like look at the grass line. So see how dull these grasses are? And then how blue it already is to begin with there. And watch, when I warm the grasses up, I get a little bit more warmth in them. And then I tried to put that blue back in because some of that did get warmed up. And so now I just get better contrast between that edge there. So that's kind of exactly what I wanted. All right. Pretty straightforward edit there. I think from the original shot, there'll be a bit of a difference only because it didn't have quite the same color tones just straight out of the camera. I did enhance them a little bit, but the difference from Lightroom to Photoshop is pretty negligible. So let's check out the total before on this. Oh, yeah. That's a big difference there. See that? Just make everything pop, colors a little bit more rich. But I gotta tell you, again, this felt more like what it looked like to my eye. Those colors, I remember looking up at the sky and be like, wow, those colors are amazing. And maybe some of those colors were a little bit higher in the sky, but you know, it's just the nature of a raw file that it's just lacking in contrast and color, and it's that way so we can pull all of this out of it and get it the way we want. So anyway, there's the final image. Something a little different. I really just like it graphically. It's really cool. It's got good layers to it. The position of those birds is pretty neat. And so I thought I would edit that one. Thanks so much for following along on this real-time edit. If you want to learn how I do this, ask me any questions, learn Photoshop, have me review your photography, critique it, anything like that, get in touch. Just go to rayhennessy.com. The easiest way to find out about the remote sessions is to go to the workshops menu over here. Go down to online workshops, check out the remote training session, and then contact me through there. That would be great. The other thing I want to mention is my online bird photography course. It's just a great way to learn everything I know about bird photography. I share it in a video course. It's over 6 hours. It's broken down into all different sections, talking about gear settings, photography in the field, lighting, just all kinds of stuff. You can find out a lot more about that and what's actually included in it at learnbirdphotos.com, and you can sign up right there. So thanks again for watching. I'll have another one of these for you very shortly.